Did I do it? Nope. Ah! I swear I had it. I swear to you, I had it. And I didn't. Man! Ah, I really thought that I had that. Morning, guys. Dustin from Misty Hills. Big day today here on the farm, the ranch, the estate, whatever you want to call it, whatever we call it, I don't know. But big day. New piece of equipment showed up. We replaced our tractor. Gonna go through that with you. Tell you why. The reasoning behind it. We stayed with the same brand, but for capacities and capabilities and things, that's why we decided to change it up, trade it in, and go for something newer. Well, I don't want to say newer, but different. Go for something different. So stay tuned. Guys, here it is. New addition to Misty Hills. This is a 2024 Kubota M4 071 with the deluxe cab and an LA 1154 loader. Right now I have the bale spear on the front. As you can see behind the tractor, we just moved some bales up into the feeder wagon that we showed you a couple days ago. I now have about an hour behind the wheel of this thing, so I'm going to go through this with you, go through some of the key points that we wanted versus our prior Kubota that we just traded in for this, which was a 2022 model year, an L3560. That was a 37 horsepower tractor. This is a pretty big jump, if I'm being honest, and it might be overkill. I'm not sure, but I think we can grow into this tractor over time, hopefully, as long as, God willing, but as long as we can grow into this. This is the reason that we went such a big step and we traded in the L3560. And, I'll go through that, but one of the main, 2 or 3 main reasons, this 1154 and its setup, its height clearance, I believe is a little bit over 11 feet, almost 12 foot high. The L3560 was under 9 feet. So behind this tractor, if you could see these bales on this wagon, if we were to double up and throw another couple bales on top of there, or attempt to, with the 3560, not happening. When we have multiple bales on top of a flatbed in Optimus Prime, the 97 Ford, or a wagon from our friend down the road that we bought hay from, 2 rows I can't get to. Can't put it on, can't take it off. That's a problem. We were trying to also take a roof off of a dog kennel that was here when we bought the house and repurpose it for a chicken coop. Well, that didn't work either. Strapping up the roof, I could not get high enough to lift off of the fencing. So that's one reason. Additionally, with the 1154, I think it adds 1,000, almost 1,100 pounds of capacity in terms of lift weight as well, with a much wider, well, slightly wider and deeper bucket. So the volume of stone, gravel, brush, whatever you want to put in there, almost 1,100 pounds more in terms of the the load, the carry capacity. Now, the other one, and I'll walk around this. This has hydraulics in the back. It has 2 hydraulics that come standard with the deluxe versus the standard, I believe. So there's 2 hydraulics back there. Currently on the prior on the the L3560, we were running a 6-foot brush hog, Land Pride brush hog. It was great. We're going to go to a 12-foot hydraulic folding brush hog now. Same company, Land Pride, Kubota and Land Pride. Kubota, I believe, owns Land Pride. I don't think it's the other way around. Kubota owns Land Pride. Don't quote me. However, that machine would not work on the L3560. It's too heavy. It's too much of a load for the L3560, and the L3560 didn't have any hydraulics. Could we have the hydraulics put into a standalone tractor? Yes, absolutely. However, to cut in half the time of mowing, which 6 feet to 12 feet will do, and save fuel, this is the tractor that we felt will work with that the best, with consultation from our local dealer, which is Nell's Tractor. Nell's has Kubota and some other brands as well, but in Pine Valley, New York, Nell's has been fantastic. We bought our first one, all of our implements. Now we're on to the second with another implement coming. That brush hog I don't have here. It's not here yet. They actually gave me the tractor before the brush hog because of transportation logistic issues. But however, couple of hydraulics in the back. Again, room to grow into this tractor. And the third thing, which I wasn't willing to spend a whole lot of money on, but it comes with this deluxe package, is this has a buddy seat. So we have our 8 and 10-year-old sons who are asking to learn how to operate the tractor. They do the side-by-sides, they do the four-wheelers, but it was really cramped and really hard for us both to get into that L3560. So this is nice and easy. It's got a buddy seat. We can both sit in there, hang out, and do some work, and they can learn the tractor that way. So I'll bring you through and do a little walk around and show you what I've liked in the first 1 hour and what's a little tricky for me. Hope you could catch that, but this is exactly what we were trying to do. This is exactly what we wanted. Reason for this wagon, for us now, currently, is to take those bales off of the ground, so the moisture in the rain, we're supposed to get rain later on this afternoon and into tomorrow, hopefully all day tomorrow. If I'm being honest, we really need it. But now they're off the ground, so that moisture that comes up from the ground takes off a bottom 1/8, 1/10, 1/3, whatever. I don't want anything to go bad here. So this is fantastic. And then once winter comes, when the pasture grazing is over with, we can just roll these out there if we want and leave them alone, or we can come back with the fork or the bale spear and just take one or two and place them out in their little circle feeders. So whatever we want to do, but that's exactly what we were hoping for. We got to move some rocks, move some stones. Last job of the day so far that I think. We're fighting some rain, so I don't know how much we'll be able to do. All right, so again, I am learning this. I'm going to tilt you down a little bit. I'm learning this new setup here. So e-brake, turtle rabbit, gear shifter, clutch or clutch on the foot. I don't know if you can see it, but my left foot over here is clutch as well. And throttle, loader of course, or yeah, loader. So I might be wrong, this is the way I do it. And then my transmission switch is over here in terms of gear, forward, neutral, reverse. I keep my e-brake on, I put it into gear. Because my stones are right behind me here, I'm just gonna stay in first because it's a little touchy. I then release, foot's on the clutch, I release my parking brake, flip this into reverse, and I'm gentle off of it because it kicks a little bit, this transmission. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see that screen, but right now in turtle first gear, 0.59 miles per hour. So I can hit this right foot throttle, accelerate a little bit. Now I'm at 0.83, huge difference. I can also hit this throttle here, although I'm going to want to slow down. I don't want to drive into the pond. So I can also hit this throttle here. RPMs are going up. But it gets a little squeaky if you're in low gear and the RPMs are going a little too high. So I like to keep that down. Again, this is only my first hour. So I'm going to stay in one neutral stop position. I'm going to go to forward, release the brake, and ease into the gas. And it's a little jerky. It's even more so when you're in rabbit and second, third, fourth gear. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Nice and easy. You guys probably make fun of me, and that's okay, but if you go slow, at least in my opinion, you're not gonna break anything. So we're gonna go kind of slow here. We do have that self-leveler, I believe. Actually, there we go. Now I'm to the ground where I want her. Can't see as well because it's much higher up in this guy than the other tractor. I'm going to throttle up a little bit to get some juice to the actual bucket. Tilt her up a little bit. See, I didn't get much at all. So, going back to reverse, here's where the learning curve is going to come into play for me. It doesn't, I don't know, it just seems to jerk. But it's definitely me. It's definitely user error. So we'll get used to it, I hope. You know, again, I'm only in it an hour, so a little jerky. Get it down on the ground. Fill her up. There we go. That's a better bucket. All right, so now reverse. I'm going to throttle down so I don't get that jerk. And now I'm off, so meaning my feet are not touching any pedal at the moment. In the 3560, if your foot was completely off any pedal, well, you're not moving. That hydrostatic that rotates, toe, forward, heel, reverse, if you let go and it's in center position, it's basically neutral and it's not moving. So this is something to get used to, but we'll get there. So what's nice here is this is kind of cool. So when I'm traveling, I mean, this is extremely way too slow, but we can depress this button and shift into second gear and third. We don't have much, so I'm going to have to throttle up here, but I can also foot throttle it. So again, I'm getting a little hydraulic squeaking, I think. I think it's hydraulics. I don't know. So now I'm at 2 miles an hour. If I were to go here into Rabbit, actually, why don't I do that? I'm gonna show you. So clutch, brake, slow down. I'm gonna pop into neutral and get these RPMs back down. I just want to show you the difference. So I'm gonna go just to first now in Rabbit and low RPMs, and you'll see. All right, so we're already at 3.1 in first gear, low RPMs in Rabbit. So there's a huge difference, you know, from less than 1, you know, what was that, a half of a mile an hour, compared to 3.1 in the lowest gear, in first gear, but in Rabbit over here on this lever. And this is throttle all the way down, you know, over here, down here. I hope you can see this. Yeah, I think you, well, maybe you can. So slow is better than fast in braking something. This is kind of how I was moving those bales of hay as well. Not in Rabbit actually, because once you get towards that end and you're either creeping forward or creeping backwards, it's totally, for me at least, at this moment in time, it was a lot, it was too difficult for lack of a better term. So I'm going to slow her down here, and quite honestly, I'm going to, like I was talking about before, I'm going to get back into turtle first, just so I don't ruin anything. Well, I need to go back to the shuttle and go into forward. That would help. Again, not much. Maybe I can go into second, yeah. There we go. So we're just dumping 1 extra bucket for Mama and her coop. I don't know where all the chickens are. Well, the ducks are over here by Toulouse Pond. So one thing I want to tell you is, even though you can use this clutch button, declutch button, to slow yourself down because the brakes don't work if your clutch is not in, you can't, what I noticed is you can't use this button. You have to use your foot if you're going to be using the loader. You obviously can't declutch to brake and use the loader at the same time. So now I'm using my foot on the clutch button. Just gotta dump these here. Like I was telling you, this is 1,000 extra pounds capacity and weight, and I forget the capacity difference for how much of a load in terms of yardage for stone, for instance, we can get in this bucket, but it's darn near close to double. And I only know that because I've done this, we did this 2 years ago. You know, just some cleanup, some additions over here by the coop, adding stone, and that took at least two dumps compared to what we just left there. So this is the last move of the day, I believe, unless we want to try to throw another hay bale or two up on top, which we might. Might do up on top of the wagon there. See, this is just simply, in my mind, when you're going straight and you got a long path, too slow. I'm at 2 miles an hour, 1.98, 2.01, depending on the terrain. This is turtle, third gear. So I don't know, I'm told that you can do this on the fly, but I don't, for whatever reason, I don't feel comfortable doing it, so I'm going to go back into Rabbit, go down to second gear at least right now, and see what kind of takeoff we have. I'm trying not to jump it, jerk it, There's a little bit there, getting better every time we do it. We're in 2, so I'm gonna go to 3. Okay, that was smooth. A little bit smoother here with the D clutch than my foot. The timing kind of takes the timing out of it, I guess. We're at 5.2. Going up a little grade here, incline 5.3, and when we flatten out, 5.4 miles an hour, no weight, rabbit, 3rd gear. So that's not bad. 5.7 down that little dumper there. So you know what? I think I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I don't want to switch out the spear and the loader. Actually, yes I do. I'm going to show you the difference and show you what I was not able to do on the last 3560. We'll see how many tries this takes. This will be the 2nd time trying to put that spear on. We're going to drop the... That's a good sound. Good sound. If your e-brake is on and you're in gear, that bell, that alarm signals you. So we'll see if I can get this bale spear put on. First attempt. Highly doubtful. Highly doubtful. I mean, how long does this take? My word. Any day. Any day, any day. 0.6. Crushing it. Crushing it. Okay, so this bale spear is at an angle. I should have it on a pallet, in my opinion. And it's not quite as upright as the other implements. It's because the long spear is on the top of it, it leans forward. So I have to get these attachments at the right angle so I can slide underneath. And this is a much larger tractor, so the visibility down there is not tremendous. However, I think I might have just found a slot there to look through to where, wow, did I do it? Nope. Ah, I swear I had it. I swear to you I had it, and I didn't. Man. I really thought that I had that. But no. I don't think I'm at the right angle here. I gotta square up. Square up to it. Oh, that's why. I wasn't square. Yeah, I gotta get this thing on a pallet, or maybe even 2, to be quite honest. I think if I get some height out of it, I will be able to attach much easier. It's all the way on the ground, and this is so big compared to the other one that visibility is just not there all the way down there. Okay, only got the one side. All right, can you see it? We got it. So now neutral, e-brake, neutral. Neutral's all over the place. Go lock it in. Even on the other tractor, just a few days ago, I had it on, dropped the lock for the quick hitch, and it came off in one of the bales. So, although I'd like to call it a pro tip, it's certainly not. There we go. Make sure that the pins on your quick hitch are through the bar, the bottom bar of the attachment. If they're not, you're just gonna fall off. So even though I locked it in place, so the pin obviously went down, it wasn't hooked to the spear. So when I dropped the hay bale, the loader arms just kept going and the attachment stayed in place. Alright, so I'm creeping. But again, I don't want to break anything. Turtle, second, pretty low throttle, 0.9 miles an hour. I could juice this a little bit, but... Gotta lower this. Because we're coming in on a decline a little bit. So I want to get even so I can get the middle of that spear, or that bale. There she is. Well, okay. So this loader obviously makes easy work of these bales. These bales are probably 700-800 pounds a piece. This can pick up 2,800 pounds. But we'll put into action, and then I want to show you up top here, there's actually a little moon roof because of how high this loader will go to get us up top here, which the other one won't. But anyways, it goes so high that they cut out, which is kind of cool, they cut out a piece of the roof in here in the cab, and you can pull back this screen so you can actually see the loader through the roof of the tractor versus having to do one of these and bend down and look up over the top of it. So this won't necessarily come into play right now, but it could at some point, so it's there. It's there if you need it. I'm actually gonna move you up a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. That's better. See that moonroof? We'll be able to get a little better look at it. See how high this can go? Way over the top of these other bales. Could not, I repeat, could not do this with the other one, with the 3560. So I'm just going to take this slow, again, clutch for the brake, which you've got to get used to. And set. Reverse. Okay, coming off nice. not do that. Could not get that done in the 3560. Hopefully you can see all this, get an understanding of what the capability is of this M4 versus our other one, which we loved, but it just wasn't enough. So there she is, Kubota M4 071 deluxe cab with an LA 1154 loader. As always, appreciate you hanging with me for a few minutes. Like and subscribe, and most importantly, have fun.